Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Today I'm 4 minutes early because there has been a change in the YouTube streaming interface and I wanted to make sure that I have everything sorted out before 8 o'clock. So if you are online, any of you, just let me know if you are able to see our live stream. I'm just going to check the live stream here. Yeah, I think we are on. Okay, so I can get ready for a live stream with this. Hey Inf, good morning. Glad that this worked out because the live stream interface was changed by YouTube. So I thought I'll get in a bit early and check out whether I can go live or not. So we wait for 8 o'clock. It's 3 more minutes to go. I think I'm going to wait for Hot Dog to join. He comes in at around 8 o'clock. Maybe he sees the alert and gets in. What's up, Inf? What's happening this morning? I think I'm ready to get started. We are almost at 8 o'clock, so let's get going. S&P 500, I think it's going to move within a narrow range today. The range for today is the support of 6,858.75 and a resistance initially of 6,916.50, and tomorrow onwards that gets hiked up to around 6,922.50. That gives you somewhere around 50 to 60 points of range for the stock price. I think that's what is going to be until Wednesday. And probably on Wednesday, if we have a rate cut. Hey, Hot Dog, thanks for joining. I was just saying that the YouTube interface was changed. So I wanted to start off a little early to make sure I'm live by 8 o'clock. So everything is fine right now. For S&P 500, that's a very narrow range between 6,860.75 and 6,916.50 for today. And tomorrow onwards, it's going to be the same support, but the resistance will be a little higher at 6,921.50. And I'm thinking that on Wednesday, if we get a rate cut, then probably it could be buy the rumor, sell the news event. That's what I'm thinking. And our other subscriber, David Best, is saying that on Wednesday, the Fed is going to start pumping money and liquidity into the system, and it is going to juice the market for a Santa rally. I don't know what's going to happen, but I personally feel that the market is rigged, and maybe the next head and shoulder that I'm seeing might probably come up, but it's a big if because they will continue juicing the market if it's rigged. This is the shoulder, this is the head, and this is potentially the next shoulder. This is the way I'm looking at it. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. If you notice, I've removed the previous neckline for the previous head and shoulder because that's no longer valid. We have gone beyond the second shoulder. So that's what I have here. I'm just removing these markers. Let's go to the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is also marginally up 0.28% this morning. And just before I proceed, yeah, this is all clear. So in case of Nasdaq, we could not. Yesterday we opened higher. We went up higher, but we could not stay above this line of resistance, so we dropped back again. And today Nasdaq futures has opened higher. The question is, are we going to be able to confirm 25,729.50 as a support? So I'm going to leave it as it is, let it remain red as it is right now. At the end of the day, or maybe tomorrow morning, we'll check and see whether this continues to be a resistance or becomes a support, because we could probably come down and create a red candle. Of course, it's rigged. It's not a casino. A casino at least has some rules. I get your point. Yeah. Dollar index is down 0.03% in pre-market trading. VIX is up 5.52%, indicating some kind of a volatility. And gold is up 0.26%. I'm watching gold very carefully. If it touches this line of support and bounces back, then I would definitely be inclined to buy a little bit to dollar cost average. But right now, as you can see, we have this band of resistance which has been holding us down. So as we come closer and closer to the squeeze point, it's going to be very interesting which one is stronger. The support is stronger or the resistance is stronger. So if it breaks out of the resistance, then I think we have to look for confirmation of that resistance band. So there's a lot of things to be seen before one jumps into gold. That's my opinion, but long term, I'm bullish on gold. Put call ratio is very bullish at this point of time. And then let's go on to have a look at the indicators themselves, and we can see that in S&P 500, this candle, in my opinion, is not looking very encouraging, but all the same, it was a gain over the previous candle, which was looking quite encouraging. So this is a topping tail that has happened out here, in my opinion, but it's a green candle. And likewise for Nasdaq as well, we had remained within the resistance band that I was talking about. We went up momentarily and got pushed down firmly. So today the question is, are we going to consider this, convert this band of resistance into a band of support? Are we going to open above this and stay above this, and then the following day create a candle that closes above today's closing above this resistance? That's a tall order to ask for. But remember, there's the rate cut coming in Wednesday. How much of that rate cut was already priced in? We don't know. Let's go to QQQ. That will give us some indication of what's happening with the pre-market action for QQQ. We are seeing a gain of around 0.32%. We are above this line of support as of yesterday. And today we are aiming to confirm this line of resistance as a line of support. And we will have resistance today at around 628.62 is going to be our resistance for today, and our support for today continues to be 624.34. Actually, this entire red band now becomes a support. I'm going to color this green. So this is our support for today. And then let's go on and have a look at AI. NVDA is up 0.31% in pre-market trades. We still have a resistance at 183.80, which is going to be a resistance for us today. Pre-market, we are at 182.93. The question is, are we going to be able to confirm 183.72 as a support, or is this confirmed resistance going to push us back down like it did before on Friday? So if it gets pushed down, then our support is going to be 180.13. Likewise for Meta, which is down 0.21% in pre-market trades, are we going to be able to convert 676.50 into a support? Pre-market action says that there's a little bit of doubt around it. So if we break out above this, then it's a different story. Then we are looking at a gap fill. But if we don't break out above it, then our support continues to be 652.52, which is a gap fill on the downside. It seems logical to finish the gap fill on the downside before trying to gap fill on the upside. We also have this resistance which has held us up in the past, and we are retesting it, and we have been pushed down at least twice. So chances of going down is more than chances of going up. Google is down 0.14% in pre-market trades, but I would say that we have broken the bullish pennant, and I think our target, I've adjusted the target to 374.04. That's the target. Unless we break down below this, the chances of us of breaking down is lesser compared to going on the upside, because we are already above this line of support, and this new line of support, which is the bottom of the bullish pennant, starts coming into action, and this is already a confirmed support. So the confirmed support at around 316.89 comes into play. Let us see how it goes. Amazon is up 0.35% in pre-market trades, but I think this is a bear flag which has broken down, and it seems more and more like a bear flag which has broken down unless we create some kind of a bullish pattern out here. So I'd like to watch a little bit. Market sentiment bearish, MACD bearish, momentum is also average. So we are in an area of indecision, but to me it still seems more biased towards the downside than the upside. Apple is down 0.24% in pre-market trades, and right now the way we are looking at it, I think our targets from before is not materializing, and we are creating a bearish pattern. These three red candles are a bearish pattern. It's called as the three crows pattern. So there is a little bit of bearishness out here, and we would have a support for Apple today somewhere around 274.97. Pre-market indications show that we are on our way down. Next, let's look at Microsoft. Microsoft has got three green candles. That's a bullish pattern, but we will have resistance today at 486.33. Pre-market, we are slightly up, but we have to still see some kind of strong bullish pattern that can give us some bullish targets. That has not happened. So our first target would be to break out of the resistance at 486.06. The pre-market indication is that there is a little bit of bullishness in here, and we have a support today at 481.28. So let's see what it shows. Market sentiment is bearish. MACD is just about bullish, but momentum is very low. So I wouldn't take it to the bank. Tesla is down 1.42%. Morgan Stanley is downgrading Tesla, but increased the price target from 410 to 425. The current market price for Tesla is way above Morgan Stanley price target. So if there are any fanboys in Morgan Stanley, and if they decide to sell, we could see a drop. We are seeing a drop of 1.43 out here. We should get some amount of support at 446 before we drop further, and then the next support would be 432.12. That's what we have for Tesla. Oracle is up 1.65%, and we have a support which is at 218.86, which has become a support for today based on the pre-market action. And if we close above this support, then tomorrow's candle is going to give us the opportunity to confirm this support. So right now this is an unconfirmed support. So if we come back down, we can easily break down below this. Our resistance for today is going to be 227.44. AMD is up 0.60% in pre-market trades. I'm looking at this as a bear flag. Unless we get some confirmation with a new chart pattern, I'm thinking that this is bear flag. Any consolidation is always welcome. So this consolidation gives us hope that probably we could create a base and then break out above that. But when we look at market sentiment, which is bearish, when we look at MACD, which is bearish, and momentum, which is below average, I'm thinking that we are likely to get a red candle today. So let us watch what's happening out here, because the previous candle also showed a lot of buyers being pushed down with sellers. So I think we'll have to wait and watch. SMCI is up 1.61% in pre-market trades, and we have support at 34.07, which has been confirmed. So if we come back down here, we are likely to get a bounce at least once. So I'm thinking that SMCI is looking a bit decent at this point of time. Broadcom is up 2.89%. Promising beacon trials for Beam. Yeah, we'll check that out when we go into genomics. Broadcom is up 3.05%, which is pretty good. We have support at 386.52. It seems that we are most likely to confirm this support, and we have a resistance at 403.42. Right now we are at 402.16. So probably we'll get pushed down from there, and we'll still confirm the support at 386.95. Palantir is down 0.04% in pre-market trades. It's looking very bullish out here on the chart, but when you look at indicators, market sentiment is reluctantly losing its bearishness. MACD is already bullish. Momentum has picked up. It's above average. So I think Palantir is starting to convince the market that it has got a lot of stuff, and our resistance at 189.51 is now a very confirmed target that we are going to move towards. A whole lot of bullishness out here, with support, I think, which is going to be at 178.17. SMH is saying that, we are not very clear with SMH, and SMH is going to be what influences the index. So the candle out here is a very small candle, and it's looking more as a topping tail than anything else. And we have a resistance at 363.01, which is struggling to become a support. I'm going to mark that as a support this morning because we're above it at 368. The question is, are we going to be able to confirm this support? We have not yet confirmed that as a support because the previous candle was at 364.34. So if we close above 364.34, I would say that we are looking at a confirmed support at 363.01. Tempus AI is up 0.83%, and it's forming a cup and handle pattern in my opinion. And once it breaks above the neckline, we can talk about it. Right now, I'm not clear what's going to happen with Tempus AI. It's all mixed signals, so I'm going to let it go. Let's go on to Genomics. And in Genomics, I'm looking at, let's go to Beam first and then do everything else. If I try to recover Beam, just let me know. Beam has got a cup and handle pattern, and Hot Dog is talking about promising beacon trials for Beam. If that happens, I think we are looking at a bull flag out here, and we are definitely looking at a target of around 30.81. So it's looking bullish out there, and also the market sentiment is bullish. MACD is bullish. Momentum is above average. Plenty of room for the RSI. Pre-market, we are up 4.10%. So Hot Dog, I think that we could probably touch 30.68. If you ask me, Raj, are you going to put your money in there? I'm going to say no. I'm in hold pattern, and I'm in the position where I have to decide how much of my losses I should realize so that I don't pay tax on my gains. So that's what I'm thinking about. I'm not putting money in there, but Beam definitely looks bullish with a target of around 30.74 at the very least. Let's go on to Prime. Prime is up 6.24%, and I don't think there's any news out there for Prime, but this is just a bullish sentiment happening out there. 3.86, which was our resistance today, has become a support, but it's not a confirmed support. So I wouldn't be surprised if we end up getting a red candle which has got a long wick. So that's a good possibility because market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bullish, but momentum is below average. A red wick is quite possible. It could also be a topping tail kind of a wick. And we have Intelia, which is up 1.48% in pre-market trades. And we had put a target of around 10.10. So maybe we are moving towards that target. We did not confirm this support yesterday. So we'll have to look at whether we can confirm this support. That is the first order of business. Pre-market seems to indicate that that's what we are working towards, and our target still remains 10.08 for Intelia. Caribou Biosciences is up 1.58% in pre-market trades. Resistance is definitely going to be at 2.05, and I think we'll get some support somewhere around 1.88. Beam Therapeutics is up 2.88% in pre-market. We already covered, so I'm going to just skip that. Altimmune has got a resistance at 5.31, and that resistance has held us back on the last 2 days of trading. And I think that's going to be in play today again because pre-market we are at 5.29. We are below 5.31. So it will be interesting to say if we create a wick out here and then come back down. So it will be a red wick and the candle will come down. So let's see what happens when the market opens. Market sentiment is bullish, MACD is bullish, momentum is above average, and there's room on the RSI. and pre-market action also indicates that we are ready to challenge this resistance. The only question is, can we break out above that and confirm it as a support? Editas is up 1.65% in pre-market trades. 2.36 is a very good support for us at this point, and our resistance is going to be coming in at 2.53 for Editas. Illumina is up 0.23% in pre-market trades. We are still looking at a target, and let me straighten this out a little bit, a target of around 152.08. That's the target that we are looking at. CRISPR Therapeutics is up 2.44% in pre-market trades. We are still looking at a target of around 60.57 and a resistance of 60.91 for CRISPR Therapeutics. Pre-market action indicates that we are likely to do that because we have recovered from yesterday's loss, and yesterday's loss still did not follow below support of 56.40. So I'm optimistic that we'll meet this target. And if you ask me, Raj, are you putting money into this? The answer is no. I'm not putting money into CRISPR. I'm not putting money into anything. Allogene is up points. Allogene is got no trades in pre-market, and it's creating, in my opinion, some kind of bull flag unless proven otherwise. It could be a bull flag or a bullish pennant. I'm waiting to watch that. We have already met our targets, I think, of around 1.50. So we need a new pattern out here, which is either bullish or bearish, in order for us to make any future predictions. So I'm going to leave it out there inconclusive. Grail is down 0.05%, and I don't know what Grail is doing right now, but I can say that it definitely has support at 91.46, and it would have a resistance at 107.77. Pre-market, it's down 0.05%. PSEB is up 0.84% in pre-market trades. We have broken out of the bullish pennant, but things are not looking that great at this point of time. Even though market sentiment is good, MACD is bullish, momentum is above average, I'm not seeing any definite signals that we are breaking out on the upside. So if I get some signals, then I'll start putting a target, and that target should ideally be 3.76. But looking at the way the market action was on Friday, it doesn't seem possible, but I'm going to leave it out there. ARCG is up 1.36% in pre-market trades. I would just wait for ARCG to do something more. There's a cup and handles chart pattern. If I look at it out here, I mean, if I want to be optimistic, let me draw that for you. Let me take an arc and take it from here to here and down here. So this could be the cup and this could be the handle, and we could have a breakout if we go above the neckline. The neckline is at 31.11. So we have been bouncing up and down below that line. Unless we confirm above that line, I wouldn't be able to put a target out here. But I would say that ARCG is threatening to look bullish, but it's not yet bullish. Market sentiment also, if you notice, has turned bullish. MACD is bullish. Momentum is above average. I want to wait for something decisive, and that something decisive is to confirm a support of 31.09, which happens to be the neckline. Let me take a horizontal line and put it out here as a neckline. So we want to confirm 31.18 as a support before we put a target for this cup and handle. Vertex is up 0.33%. I think that it's trying to make some kind of a bullish pennant or something out here. I'd like to watch what happens next. Ginkgo Bioworks is up 2.81% in pre-market trades. This is our neckline out here, 9.35. I want to watch whether we are going to convert that into a support. If it becomes a support, then we can have a cup and handle target put out there. Let's look at Unicure, which is down 1.45% in pre-market trades. It's on free fall. Let's go to Precision, which is up 1.11% in pre-market trades. 3.64 happens to be the support. We are just on top of 3.64. I want to see what Precision is doing because it could be forming a bearish kind of a sign out here. So I don't want to take anything for granted. Market sentiment is bearish. MACD is bearish. Momentum is below average, not looking great. Eli Lilly is up 0.17%, but it's not looking great right now. It is creating a bearish channel, in my opinion. Unless we get some kind of a chart pattern out here which is bullish, I think we are in a bearish setup. And if we were to pull our regression channel further, I think I'll do this offline. I would leave it where it is right now. If we pull our regression channel further, it's going to show us something which is a new regression channel based on all the gains that we have had. Let me just pull it out. I would say that this is the new regression channel, and we'll have support at 966.53 for Eli Lilly. So that's my prediction for Eli Lilly. And I would like to look at Unicure. Unicure is up 9.84% in pre-market trades. Something good must have happened there 4 days ago. So there is no new data out here. It's just the 4 days ago data. But I would take this any day. And I'm happy because I've got Unicure, Ultragenics shares in my portfolio. Ultragenics is doing absolutely well, and I'm happy. I would probably try to take some profits out here if I do not see any news release from Ultragenics. And yeah, this is another success story. I've already taken profit on 50% of it and kept the remaining 50% for the next leg up, and I'm happy that it has happened. So some more profit taking for me. And if any of you had invested in Ultragenics and are taking profit today, congratulations to you. Now let's go into currencies. And let's look at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin is trying to break through this resistance at 91,888.25. And I don't know if it's going to be able to break out above it. Right now it's at 91,661.36. It will get a very good support at 87,605, which is a confirmed support. And I think the next resistance after this is going to be around 93,590.69, providing we break out above the resistance of 91,888.25. Market sentiment is bullish, MACD is bullish, momentum is still below average. The moment we break out above average on the momentum department and confirm 91,888 as a support, the resistance of 97,304.92 gets active. But for today, I would say if we make gains, our resistance will be 93,521.99. So that's it about Bitcoin. Ethereum is also trying to make some kind of a breakout. It has got a resistance at 31,000. Let me open this up. 3,144 is the resistance, and we are at 3,140.49. So if we break through this resistance, then we'll have the next resistance at 3,192.01, and I'm going to mark another resistance which is already there on our chart. I'm just going to thicken this line so that you can see it in your smaller devices. We had a resistance up there. I'm just going to fine tune this a little bit because there is a little bit of, these are the two candles that give us that resistance, and that is going to be at 3,280.23. And let me look at XRP. What is XRP doing? XRP is still struggling, and it's at 2.09. We have a resistance at 2.12. Let me make this red, and we got the next resistance at let me open this up, 2.14. So those are the two resistances that we are seeing. We are firmly within this parallel channel which is going down. So that's what is happening out there. What else do we have here? That's it, my friends. Unless you have anything else that you want to talk about, I'm just going to go and look at MP. I have MP in my chart. So where is MP? Let's go to indicators. I don't see it there in AI. Let me see if we have MP. Yes. So this is a rare earths play, which is up 0.60%. It's in a loss-making position in my portfolio. I made a mistake while making an entry. For today, it's up 0.60%, but it's not looking that encouraging. It could get a lot of resistance at 63.79. I'm still holding it, so I'm going to leave that there. And that's about it, my friends. If you have anything else you want to talk about, I would like to discuss that. Otherwise, I think I'm done. So all those who are online in this live stream, there are 3 of you. Thank you for joining me. I have some sad news that I want to share with you guys. During the weekend, Actually, this happened after my live stream. I went downstairs and went onto my TV to have a look at what is happening out there. And I follow geopolitics a lot. I follow Rick Wilson and I follow Robert Reich. I follow a few people, and I was very disappointed to see so-called fans club. There is a channel which is calling itself Fan Club of so and so. Earlier, Neil deGrasse Tyson, another person who I follow, was lamenting about how people have created a look-alike of him, talking about all kind of things that he doesn't believe in. And I saw same thing happening for Rick Wilson and for Robert Reich. I saw those videos and I felt something is wrong. And true enough, for Rick Wilson, it was saying altered content, but for Robert Reich, it didn't say altered content. So when I went into the channel and had a look at the description, the channel was, a fan club channel, and that means that it is not actually Robert Reich. So I'm thinking of myself and my future as a content creator. So if I look at myself as a content creator, I do look at things on the internet and also some articles on YouTube from which I take some information and form my opinion. So I have to be super careful about what I'm looking at, because it could be some fake news, something fake. Now, we are seeing AI also doing the same thing. It's learning from the net. So AI could be taking up a lot of fake that it itself has created for somebody. And this is looking really bad. It's high time these platform people take more responsibility, unlike what they did with social media, because as sentient people, we have some amount of tolerance and checking, but still we got bad outcome like Brexit and the US elections and other things. If the platform creators like Gemini, ChatGPT, and all of these people who are also enabling AI videos, if they do not do some checking and if they do not take responsibility, I think for content creators, it's going to be very bad, because these contents are going to damage existing reputed content creators and remove their following and make everybody suspicious of anything they say on the online. And then it's also going to create a problem for content creators like myself who are struggling to build a base, because as soon as I become worthwhile, there's going to be a fan club coming in and creating fake videos of myself, so I can kiss everything goodbye, and all my followers are going to consume fake content before they realize what is happening. So I'm thinking that the future of YouTube is also doomed. And I don't know, you guys have to let me know what you think. Are you also seeing fake contents from reputed content creators created by spurious actors? Because for them, it is just making money. And for YouTube, it is just, more people looking at YouTube so that they can place ads. I think the ad people will have to start looking at what kind of people they're attracting with these ads. Mindless zombies. I don't know. It's not looking good, my friends. So I'm very disappointed. And the weekend, I didn't feel like creating any contents, because I was thinking, what is the point? What is the point? One of the spurious actors is Grok. Yeah, possible. I'm thinking, what is the point, right? And I believe that Gmail is now using our personal emails to train AI. I'm pretty sure they might be training something to sell advertisements to us, which can be embedded in our Gmail. So I think this is going in a very, very bad direction. I'm personally not very happy about this. As it is, I'm going more spiritual. I'm doing more meditation and learning more about spirituality. It's making me less and less motivated to make content on YouTube, to be honest. I really cherish all the connections that I have made with people like Hot Dog, Inf, David Best, and a few others online. But more and more I look at how things are going bad and how YouTube is not putting a stop to these kind of things. It seems that new content creators will have to struggle really hard, and also people who are genuinely looking for authentic content with whom they can actually relate and talk to, they are going to find that those content creators don't have a chance, because your feed will be filled with all these artificial content creators. So with that, my friends, I think it's better for you to get in touch with me on the Substack, or maybe we could create a WhatsApp group just so that we can stay friends, because YouTube is also going down to the dogs. Things are not looking good out here. And coming to the market itself, I have seen a few content creators also lamenting that the market is rigged. They are looking at pre-market action. There seems to be a bunch of people who are getting information ahead of the market, and they are using that information to game the market. So I wouldn't put it past. And if you look at all the PCE data and other things coming, it's so incredible that with tariff being in there, how come we don't see inflation coming in? Either the data is cooked or the media is cooked, that it's not showing us the real story about inflation. I don't know. Things are not looking very clear. Yeah, I would leave it at that. You guys join me in my Substack, and let us. Substack may be not that frequent, but that will be authentic content. Yeah, retail gets info last, and also when you're trading, right, your retail trade platform is slower than the trade platform that the indicators use. So that's what I'm thinking. Let us see. I'll continue to struggle on YouTube, but I'm not very optimistic. And at the end of the day, I think a group of people sharing information, genuine information from wherever they get, and validating it is going to be helping us. And from the stock market perspective, I think more and more it's becoming like, I mean, it's worse than a casino. As Hot Dog, you pointed, it is rigged. Casino at least has got a 50-50 chance and a little bit of bias for the casino owners, because they want addicts to keep on coming back to the casino as compared to some other casino. But this US stock market seems that it doesn't have any of those kind of moorings. So there is one more thing I saw during the weekend. The Trump organization has made 1,444% gain in the first half of 2025 as compared to what they did in first half of 2024. First half of 2024, I think they had around $58 million as their revenue or gains. And right now, in the first half of 2025, they are up around $3 billion to $4 billion. Even NVDA has not had that kind of a gain. So you go figure, would that not have distorted the stock market? That's a big question. And nobody is doing anything about this. The courts are not doing anything. The stock market, SEC and others are not doing anything. Nothing is happening. It's becoming a dog's breakfast out there. We are running on fumes based on past reputation. And with the total anti-European foreign policy which has been announced recently, I think the cracks are not too far. It's going to become a purely multipolar world, and we have to see what move Europe makes. Is it going to become a pole which attracts certain participants? What kind of equations get created? And all of that could suddenly change the value of the dollar and the value of gold, the value of euro and yen and all those things. So smaller countries like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Great Britain, their foreign exchange also will depend on which poles they align with and what kind of deals they strike. So there's a lot of volatility in store, and I would like to hear from you guys what you think. Just get into the Substack, start a chat out there. I'll engage with you out there. I'll start putting more articles on geopolitics out there. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks, guys. I won't like to keep you up for longer. I'll catch up with you again later on. Bye for now.